it then. The season is over, and I've got to say this, it's a bit of a sham. In fact, it's a sham with an E on the end, because it's a shame. It's a big old shame that this Premier League season has ended how it has. I don't think it's good, and we'll be infiltrated by Man City fans saying bitter tears. Of course there are bitter tears. What else have you got? Of course there are bitter tears. Is that all you've got? That people are jealous and bitter that you're winning the league every year? Yes. Now what are you going to say? What's your next bit? Because yes, we are bitter. Yes, we have got salty tears. What's your next comeback then? Because let's look at why we're bitter. Let's have a look at why we're salty. Let's have a look at why we're sad. Because you're too good. You win it every year. My Premier League predictions are out tomorrow. I predicted Man City would win the league. In fact, I said they'd have it won by Christmas. So at least it went sort of to the final day. But bloody hell, Arsenal fans, it's a lovely day in the UK. I hope you're out having a barbecue, because if you were watching that hoping for a miracle, it was never going to happen. And you couldn't do any more. And Liverpool couldn't do any more. I think Liverpool was stretching to try and win that league, because it was Klopp's last season. Very, very sad to see Klopp go, by the way. But I don't know what more Arsenal could do. Manchester City, year after year after year, and Klopp's got evidence of this, can go and win their last 10 games. Because they've got the depth to do it. Ortega is probably better than most first-team goalkeepers. That's the depth of Manchester City. £90 million on a left-back in Vardiel, who was actually a centre-back. De Bruyne are out for half the season, but it's fine. We've got Bernardo Silva, we've got De Bruyne. Their depth is why they win, as well as their manager and their first team. They've got the best striker in the world. This is not an achievement in the sense that Pep Guardiola craves it. But this must be said. It's a juggernaut. It's not a surprise. And also, the Premier League have created this monster with their own inadequacy. How did they allow this to happen in the first place? Because whatever you think about Man City, they've just exploited a gap in the market. That's what they've done. Some say Chelsea are doing it with their mega long contracts, but the Premier League has failed. The Premier League should not be in this position it is in today, where we've got one team turning it into the French League because they're winning it every year. We've got relegated teams coming up and going back down again. We've got bad officiating. We're playing too many minutes. We're getting too many injuries. The Premier League is failing from where it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. It's fell off, and the Premier League is to blame for this. Pep Guardiola can crave attention all he likes, but the problem he faces is that, unfortunately for him, and unfortunately for Man City fans, this Premier League, and it's not me, and it's not the press, and it's not rival fans, this Premier League thinks you did something wrong. So much so that they've charged you with 115 things they think you did wrong. And they've made it public for the last 18 months. So everything you do has got no credibility. That's just, you can come in with your bitter, salty stuff. Fine, we're bitter and salty because you're ruining the league. Yes. We're crying salty tears. Taste those salty tears. Yes, we're jealous. Yes, we're bitter. But we're bitter, jealous and crying salty tears because the Premier League is being ruined. If you had a Ferrari on your drive and somebody started smashing it in and kicking it in and crying, would you just sit there and go, it's fine? You probably would be a bit bitter, a little bit sad, a little bit salty, of course. But it doesn't escape the fact that now you've said that, what are you going to say about what we're saying? There's no integrity to what's happening in the Premier League at the moment because the Premier League have created this. And for Pep Guardiola and Man City who want the attention of praise, you're never going to get it. Only an idiot is going to sit there and go, amazing. Amazing. It's amazing what you've done. I can't believe what you've done. 4 in a row. Amazing. Pep, it's unbelievable. I just can't speak. I don't know how you've done it. It's amazing that you've won the league again when you've got the most money. You've got the best infrastructure. You've got the best players. You've got the best squad. And you can go and spend it every year. And you came from nothing to this because you spent loads of money. I could never have predicted this inevitable outcome.